And so he says, thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is what? Dead. You see, faith and works are a package deal. You can't have one without the other. You have to have both together. So he says, faith, if it does not have works, is dead. But someone will say, you have faith, and I have works. And he says, show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. How do we show our faith? We show our faith by our works. Let me ask you, can we claim to have faith in Jesus and live like the devil? We can claim it, and we can claim to be saved and watch what the world watches and dress the way the world dresses and be entertained the way the world is entertained and do what the world does. And we can say, I have faith, I'm a Christian. But if your life doesn't change, if there are no works, if you do not keep God's commandments out of love for Him, it's a sham. It's not a true relationship. And so he says, show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. And then he says, you believe, and by the way, that word believe is the same word for faith that is used throughout this passage. You believe that there is one God. You do well. Even the demons believe and tremble. So if you just believe that there's one God, you know, people say, well, we all believe in the same God, don't we? But it's a superficial belief. It's a belief up here that God exists. That's not going to save you. Do you think the devil believes that God exists? He not only believes it, he knows it. And so James is saying, you believe that there is one God. You do well. Even the demons believe and tremble. But do you want to know, O foolish man, that faith without works is dead? And then he's going to use Abraham. See, this is what threw Martin Luther for a loop, because Martin Luther said, fide, sola fide, faith alone, without works. And what does James say? But do you want to know, foolish man, that faith without works is dead? Was not Abraham, our father, justified by works when he offered Isaac, his son, on the altar? Really, what is he saying? Abraham was justified by a faith that works. He's not saying that he was justified by works. He's already said that you need faith and works together. So he's saying, don't you know that our father Abraham was justified by a faith that works? That's what he means. And so he continues saying, was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered Isaac his son on the altar? Did it take a lot of faith for Abraham to be willing to offer his son on the altar? How did Abraham show that he believed God when God said, go offer your son and I'll spare him? How did he show that he believed really God? By what he did. His works proved that his faith was true. And then it says in verse 22, do you see that faith was what? Working together. See, it's a package deal. A faith that works. And so it says, do you see that faith was working together with his works? And by works, faith was made what? Perfect or complete. So in order to have a complete saving relationship, what do you need? A faith that what? That works. Verse 23, and the scripture was fulfilled which says, Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. You see, then, that a man is justified by works and not by faith only. When he says by faith only, he's talking about faith is the only thing you have, and you don't have works. You cannot be justified by a faith that's alone. Because the true faith that justifies is a faith that has works with it. Are you understanding what I'm saying? He's not saying that you're saved by works, like the Jews believed, by keeping the law. He's saying that if you have faith, you will keep the law. If you have faith, you will produce works.